Hello, souls. Hello, souls. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you're watching this. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to my dirty ass room. Whoa. Yeah, so Sunday is cleaning day, but that's not why we're here. Today I'm going to give the last update on my bedspread order, my bedspread review. I had a few people who wanted me to go into detail, who wanted to see the size of the sheets, how they lay, etc., etc. And because spring is quickly approaching, actually it's next month, and we're going into the second week of February, I think, and probably the third by the time this is posted. I usually change my linen according to the seasons, so I wanted to get this review up. And so I'm going to undo my bed. I'm gonna dress her down. I'm gonna make her naked. Okay, you feel me? So I'm going to take all of the things off, and then when the piece is dry, I'm going to make the bed up with you guys, and then I'll give you guys a better look at the sheets, the duvet cover, the pillow covers. As well, in this video I will be going into detail about my Joybird experience. So, you know, if you plan on ordering from them, I would hold out until after you watch this, because yeah. So I'm gonna set the camera down. We're gonna undress the bed, and we're gonna wash our things. It'll probably be excuse me nasty. It'll probably be the evening time before I come back to make up the bed, because I don't have like a line to hang out these things, so I hang them in the bathroom, and that takes a couple of hours because I only have one fan. So it's very time consuming having to move them in different positions for them to dry, but always worth it because my things are still really, really nice. But yeah, we'll get into that later. So let's knock all this stuff off the bed and put her in the washer. She's a feminine. And yes, I will absolutely be cleaning my room during this extended time break. Give me a moment, okay? If you were at all curious, when I'm drying the items, they still leave like that fabric in the bath. The first time was the worst, so now it doesn't happen as bad as it used to, but it still does happen. So I essentially wait to clean my bathroom till after I've washed my sheets. Hey, so it is now like 9-ish, 9:15 p.m. We're gonna make the bed now. It did take a couple of hours, and when I am washing the linen, I let it air dry about 80%, and then the last 20 minutes I do put it in the dryer, because it just finishes it off. As well, it goes straight to a cool setting, so it's not being heat dried, it's being cool dried. That way it doesn't damage the linen, because apparently putting heat on the French linen is not good. So I am going to pop it out of the dryer now, and we are going to make the bed. You can do whatever you want from me, whatever you want, baby. As I'm making up the bed, I'm going to take you guys around the bed, just because some people wanted to see how it fits on the bed. I have a king size bed. All of my sheets, my fitted sheets, the flat sheet, they are king sized as well. They do not have king size pillows. Everything is standard. So I got 4 standard and 2 Euro shams. So yeah, I'll just go into detail as I put my stuff on. Got our fitted sheet on. It's a little dusty, or what is that called? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so that might have happened in the dryer. But this is the way that it fits. Definitely has depth, and it fits like that on all the sides. So if you do have a king size bed, you do not have to go up a size in order for it to fit all around. Boom, our flat sheet. This has so much excess and I absolutely love it. I did notice a little bit of like thinning right here. Can't really notice, it's not really super noticeable, but I did notice it. So just take that into, you know, thought, I guess, especially because it is so expensive. Okay, so like I had to put the duvet inside the duvet cover because it's so hard for me to do, which is why I usually go for comforter sets. The cute ones are just harder to find in king size. With that said, it's a lot of under titty sweat, but we made it happen. And I'm going to show you guys the little buttons that cover it, or that keep the duvet inside. So we're gonna button those up and then we're gonna put the duvet on. So this is actually the Cow King duvet cover. When I got the King duvet cover, it was too small for me. I like for things to be oversized, and it just didn't feel like it was the right size for my bed. But at the time, I did not know that Australia has different sizing than the US does, which common sense, if you like buy anything overseas, most things are sized differently. So if you like the oversized fitting of like bedding and you decide to order from them, I would definitely go up a size in the duvet covers, but the sheets and the fitted sheets fit perfectly fine. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like up close, how much slack there is over here. For whatever reason, the duvet did not make it all the way into the corner. I'm going to fix that later. I'm just going to really quickly do the full updated review, and hopefully this answers any questions that you had prior. If it doesn't, please leave all your questions down below. As far as rating, I would absolutely give it an 8 out of 10. And the subtraction of the two is really just because I just noticed a little bit of like thinning in the fabric, and overall just kind of, I guess, the inconvenience of having to not being able to put it in the dryer. So that's more of a me thing. If you don't care about that, then that's not going to matter to you. But if we're breaking it down into categories, 10 out of 10. Customer service was so beautiful. Customer service was amazing. It is the best customer service I've ever received. I never waited longer than 24 hours to get a response, and that for me meant everything. They were very understanding. They talked me through everything, and they kept me in the loop about everything, especially with shipping, which was beautiful. Shipping, I guess it depends on where you are, but from Australia to me, it took about a month. So when it's going through customs and stuff, they kind of lose track of it. So if you do order it and then you all of a sudden don't see it, don't worry, because it's just usually going through customs, and it takes about a week or so to update online. So they're good there. The material is beautiful. It's so soft. I love laying on it. It's just so comforting. The colors are spectacular. Like, the color palette is still very much there. I just got an email. They came out with some spring colors, and it's tempting. It's so tempting because like you really don't find good things on the market like this. Granted, it cost a pretty penny, but it was, you know, a little self-treat. So if you're looking for a self-treat or anywhere to splurge, I would absolutely recommend this. What else? Size up for your comforter if having that oversized feel is important to you. So like if you have a full, get a queen get a king get a cow king. If you have a cow king, I don't know what to tell you, but size up if that like over abundance on top is really important to you. They have bundle deals, bundle packages, which I love. The website is super easy to navigate. It's super easy to understand. When I was looking around, I could not find this burnt orange color outside of Target, and it had terrible reviews. And I love Target. Target is my home away from home, but I feel like if I was going to pay roughly the same amount at Target with bad reviews versus this just a little bit more with phenomenal reviews, I'm definitely going to play just a little bit more. I spend a lot of time at home. I spend a lot of time in my bed. I love sleep. Sleep is important to me. Sleep is my main man. You feel me? So getting bedding that feels good was super important to me. So I just want to thank them so much for being so beautiful to me, for being so nice and so friendly, and for fixing my own mistake, because they didn't have to do that. And I think that's it. So I don't know how long this portion is gonna be. So I may or may not put the Joybird in the next slide, but I guess we'll see. And I'm gonna end it here for tonight. Hey guys, so we're finally able to film part 2. It's been a couple weeks since I did the other video, if you can't tell because of my hair, but I just wanted to go ahead and film this tonight because 1, I have some crab legs waiting on me, and 2, my head is hurting in this ponytail, and you know, I just want to get this review out because there have been a few people asking me about my experience with Joybird. So basically I would give it a 2 out of 10. And I'm gonna tell you why. So at first it started off really good. I'm very particular about the feng shui of my home, about the feeling and the things that it brings to me, the joy. Like, I have to enjoy my space. I have to love being here because I spend so much time at home. So I went hunting for a couch. Joybird was one of the first websites to pop up, and immediately I fell in love with this particular couch. It was huge, it looked comfy, it was in a color that I wanted, and so I showed interest in it, and they sent me some swatches. They got here in about a week, and their swatches also included different types of fabrics, ones that were pet friendly, ones that were kid friendly, and hello, I'm a mom, of course I need kid friendly. So it took me a while to actually save up for that couch. I think it took me about 6 to 8 months or so before I went to order the couch. So I went to order it, and prior to me ordering, I, in typical Kiara style, went to look at reviews on Google, went to their social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, and it was like, it was a 50-50 luck of the draw. There were people who had received their furniture and they were really happy about it, and then there were people who didn't receive their furniture and were upset about it. Obviously, people who paid a lot of money never got a shipping code, never received anything, and couldn't get in contact with customer service, which is obviously being more frustrating, because if you've been on Joybird's website, even with their sales, they still have really expensive furniture. So I was kind of iffy about it at first, but it was just one of those things where there are people who are giving good feedback and there are people who are not giving good feedback. And with any company, I feel like you have that, you know, good and bad experience. So I was like, okay, well, let me just try, and hopefully I get the couch, and if not, then I just don't. So I ordered my couch, I think at the end of November or mid-November, sometime in November, my birthday month. And so I was like, yeah, I was super stoked, or ordered it, and they actually partner with Affirm, which I love Affirm. I used it for a lot of my big purchases. So they partnered with Affirm. I ordered through Affirm. I did my down payment, and they said that the couch was going to be delivered on December 23rd. I was like, okay, that's about 6 weeks away. So time is going. They're like, oh, your couch has been shipped. And I was like, thought I saw a bug. And they were like, your couch has been shipped. And I was like, cool, great. That was way faster than I expected. So just waiting. And they have this option where you can track the progress of your couch being built, your couch being put into storage, being boxed up and being shipped. And a week after I logged into that website, nothing was being tracked. Like, absolutely nothing was being tracked. So because there was no tracking going on where I could see in which status my furniture, hold on, I forgot where I was. Okay, so I think I was talking about how I contacted them when I couldn't see anything, when I couldn't see anything online, when things were tracking, blah blah blah. So I contacted them and they got back to me within 3 to 5 days. They were like, oh, the website's down, blah 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 blah, we're working on it. So me being me, I'm like, your website's down, that's convenient. 2 weeks went by, the website still wasn't up, still couldn't track anything. But I think by that time, the furniture had stated that it shipped, and I think it was shipping from California, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, okay, well, it's coming from wherever, so it's going to be a while. And so with shipping in these type of from these type of furniture places, like it doesn't come like if you're ordering from Rooms to Go or Ashley Furniture. The furniture comes in pieces, it comes in boxes, the couch has to be put together. So it's shipped in different shipments, and me just being me, check it like once every couple of days or whatever, and it completely went off the grid. Like I just didn't see anything populate when I followed the tracking number. And I think that was around the 4th week or so that I checked. So it was definitely December by now. And so I contacted them, and their whole thing was just like, oh, we'll give the warehouse a call and we'll see what your furniture is. And I'm like, see where my furniture is? How in the hell do you lose a couch? Please somebody explain it to me. How do you lose a couch, like a big ass couch? Because when I measured it, granted it's coming in pieces, the couch was a like 12-foot by 6-foot couch, and assuming that they picked up all the pieces at the same time on the same day from the same place, you would assume that when they're traveling, they would travel together. That's just, I don't know, maybe that's common sense, or maybe it's not common sense. And so I'm like, how did you guys lose a couch? So they were like, oh, we're gonna check and we'll get back to you. So it was like 10 days before I heard back from them, and they had some other like excuse. They still hadn't found it, blah, 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 whatever. So Christmas is approaching, and I'm like, well, it's definitely not going to be here by Christmas. So all they can do is keep me posted, and they're apologizing, we're so sorry for the inconvenience, and da 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 da. And the only good thing that they have going for them is that when you finally do get in contact with a person, is I didn't have anybody speak to me in a disrespectful manner. I did not have any rude experiences with customer service or any of that. So that's literally the only thing that they got going for them from me. I have read posts about people having awful experiences with them, being condescending, being rude, being mean, and I've actually read a couple online. I did not have that experience, but I will not invalidate anybody else for having that experience because I have seen it for myself. So I go home and they email me while I'm home in Atlanta, and they're like, oh, your furniture should be there next week. And by next week, I think they emailed me like on the 26th, and I'm like, okay, next week I'll be home, so if it'll be there next week, then we should be able to get our couch within the next week after we get home. So I'm like, okay, cool, thanks for keeping me posted. Guys, by the way, it's a minimum of like 40 emails total through Joybird, at least 40 in my email. And so we get home, and I'm like, okay, because it's supposed to go to a 3rd shipping party, because I guess Augusta is such a small market that a lot of things don't come here, like outside of like Amazon or FedEx or UPS. It doesn't get a lot of freight traffic, so they have to transfer to a 3rd party. And I called the 3rd party, and they were like, we still haven't received your furniture. So then I emailed Joybird. I was like, I thought you guys said it was supposed to be here a week from then. We're a week from then, and my furniture is still not here. They lost the furniture again. How do you say you lost the furniture without saying we lost the furniture? I'm sorry, we have to locate it. Locate it for what? I thought you said it was supposed to be here. So I don't even know what losing furniture means. I really feel like it just never got shipped. I truly, genuinely feel like it never got shipped. And at this point, I'm like pissed because like I waited 6-8 months to order a couch. Like me and Lottie had been sitting in the living room without a couch, which I don't mind. We played in the living room. We had all this extra space and we were doing all these fun things, cartwheels and jumping around and stuff, but it's just like I just wanted to have that cozy comfort of coming and being able to plop on the couch and be comfortable. And I couldn't because freaking Joybird is trying to be politically correct instead of just being honest with me. Like the way that I am about customer service is like I don't like to be fed bullshit. Like if something happened, tell me. If something didn't go as planned, tell me. Like if you don't agree with something, like I get you guys are being tracked on calls and shit, but like just tell me, because that's when I start getting pissed off, is when I feel like you're trying to cover your tracks instead of being honest. And that's what I felt like they were doing. So I think another 2 weeks went by, and by this time it's like mid to end of January and they still haven't found the couch. And so at that point I was like, you know what, it's not even worth this amount of stress. It's really not. Like granted, I was in love with the couch that I had chosen, that I had picked out, and the color were perfect, and it was really hard to find that in another company. I was just like, I'm not about to do this, because I feel like when you charge that much money for anything within your warehouse, from anything within your store. 1 second. All right, last time. So yeah, I feel like when you charge that amount of money for any product in your warehouse, your store, whatever, I feel like your service has to be immaculate, because the prices are outstanding. I'm getting to the age where I feel like it's quality over quantity, in that I want quality pieces in my house. So I don't mind spending money on things like furniture, on things like sheets, things that I regularly use, because I feel like when you spend money on quality, you get longer lasting things, you get better looking things, you get better built things, and things that just last you, instead of having to buy it frequently every other year or every couple years. So when stuff happened, like it was really overall just a frustrating experience. But on the flip side, I wasn't surprised, because I had read so many negative experiences with previous Joybird customers. So I was like, you know what, forget it. And I almost gave them another chance, and then I went over to another website that I started ordering my bedroom furniture from, and I found as similar a couch to them as I possibly could. The color is just a little bit different. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see that I got the couch from Robe Concepts, which I absolutely love, absolutely adore, and I will give an update on my experience with them in another video later down the road, you know, after I have time to like sink in and find my favorite spot. That's not why we're here. So I almost gave them another chance, and I was like, you know what, cancel my order. Just cancel it. Just cancel my order, because it was exhausting. Like I shouldn't have to, I feel like, be on top of y'all jobs. Like they had me going in between calling different companies to check where my furniture was, because sometimes they wouldn't pick up my phone call, and then I'll call those companies and they were like, we don't know, and then I would call another company and they'd be like, we don't know. Like it was just too unprofessional for me. I feel like the reason why they offer all those discounts is because of the discrepancies that they have within their company. And I won't say it's a scam, because apparently there are people who have gotten their furniture, but I would absolutely not recommend Joybird for anybody, for any homeowner, for any person looking for furniture, because granted, their furniture on the website is beautiful, it's unique, it's hard to find anywhere else. I could go without the experience again for sure. My money was returned within 7 to 14 business days, so I did not have an issue with that, and I will probably never give Joybird a chance again ever in life, because my experience was just too horrific for me, in my opinion. And I work really hard for the money that I do have. I work really hard to curate our home and make it feel comfortable, and I just really don't have time for games. So with that said, that was my Joybird experience. If you have any questions, if I did not address anything that you felt like I needed to address, please let me know. But I feel like I addressed everything. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, don't waste your time. There are plenty of companies that sell beautiful pieces to add to your home. Make sure you guys do your research. Make sure you guys read the reviews and truly go with your gut, because who knows if I would even have a couch right now had I had stuck with them. And if I did eventually get the couch, how would I have liked it compared to the one that I have now, which I'm extremely satisfied with. So I'm going to leave this review here. I hope that it has been informative. I'm hungry and I'm ready to take this ponytail up. And if you watch till the end and you're not subscribed, you should subscribe and become a part of the family and become a Keystone down here, and then click the notification bell so that you can know anytime that I'm uploading. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye.